Hello world, it's your friendly neighborhood boy Destro, and we are back for another edition of Side Eye Radio. Today it's all men because last time we gave you all women, and that's why we're back. Oh my gosh, Siri thinks I'm saying something about women, so she had to say something. women. So we are proudly sponsored by Star. You'll find their logo right here, as always. And we're at our new home, guys. Try Lounge. You should try Lounge today. It's dry. Wow. Anyway, Dry Lounge.
Let's stop.
But today I am joined by microphone M7 new son. K Steezy, one of my yardie up in the build, and we have VAR.
It's VAR.
In case you're wondering, VAR. You know what I'm saying? So today we have a lineup of like some really interesting things to talk about, but just like Siri tried to interject, we're gonna talk about women, but not exactly. But there are certain things I would like us to explore about women. Number one, right? Jimmy K was in the headlines once again. Front page of News Diggers.
What? Today?
No, the other day.
It
was yesterday actually. Yeah. So he was in the paper talking about how. Well, anyway, the other day, depending on when you see this, he was talking about how it's not cheating if you tell your wife that you're with your side chick. And I think he attempted to clear his name on exactly what he was saying on the Walter Mambazi show.
Yeah.
You know, Reverend Walter Mambazi put up the show. I think it was live on Facebook. And yeah, even after that, the comments that people were giving about Jimmy K's attempted clearance of name was pretty interesting. Some people felt like he was dancing around the point. He didn't really express himself. News Diggers wasn't wrong to put out the headline that they did. So I would like to pose this question to us as men here. Do you think it is wrong? Before I even say where I stand, do you think it is wrong? Or do you think it is cheating? If you tell your wife I'm cheating or I have such.
Okay, so at which point are you saying that I am with my side chick? Is it I will get a side chick? Or I am already with my side chick right now?
Let's speak on both scenarios.
Okay, I will get a side chick. I feel like, again, side chick is just, a phrase that came about. It's our generation
phrase,
Yeah. These people used to call them wives back in the day. So let's speak about, firstly, is traditional law.
Yeah.
There's obviously this law where you marry legally at city council. So that's a different one. Also, that's like. So, what kind of a wife is this? First of all, back in the day, these people in traditional law, bro, would actually tell their wife, like, even now you need some help. I'm bringing somebody. They used to say that.
They made.
No.
They said, what kind of a wife is this, bro?
Yeah, is it like this is like they used to tell their wives. No. I'm talking about traditional. These people are out there in the outskirts. Some of them are still in the villages. They'll just straight up tell Madame, like, this is what's happened. I'm bringing someone to help you. This is how they'll say that Naraleta kwa finish. But what they mean, the wife already knows that these are not like weight issues or like a house help. No. Yeah. So at this stage, this is like telling you in advance before actually starts happening or before they bring this person in. So under traditional law, it's always been, even back then, like in biblical law, babes would marry 2, 3 wives, but it would be consensual.
Exactly.
Like where the son down with their spouse. Yes, okay, but yeah, no, baby. If we're calling it side chick, yeah, because side chick, yeah, maybe you were hiding all this time that you were
Not quite that cool.
another person inside. And then now you want to tell your wife that, oh, look, I'm with this other person today.
Yeah.
First of all, that's a shortcut to her. If you've made her believe since the beginning of a relationship that you are a one-woman man.
So meaning
One-woman man. Ni swali langu shakaratia the one-woman man. But from the beginning, if you've been letting this person know and giving her vibes like, yo, yeah, culture and you're gonna so. Sometimes when we meet ladies, women, we even let them know, like, look, I'm with someone right now. That's honesty I get. That's you not leading someone else, but letting them know in the first place that you're with someone. He's honest.
Okay.
So that as they are getting into that relationship,
You want to check?
they know. That's it, isn't it? Because if you make this person believe you're not with anyone,
Yeah.
and they always ask, there's a point at which when something starts happening, things happen. Girls have these questions they ask. At first, they are, why your girlfriend? Sometimes they can even ask you during the moment where it matters. And then you're just going to agree because you really need to get there. Oh, but there's a whole lot. So the unpackaging of this is, I feel like it's not right for you to tell your woman, who's been your woman, at a certain point who you've made to believe that you are a one-woman man, then you come through and just say, look, there's somebody else. But if you made it clear from the beginning, like, look, me, this is who I am. I'm a very, traditional person. My uncle is married to 2 wives. You can bring,
That's how we do it in our family.
This is how we do it. Like I'm mom with by tribe. And you know mom with a Namwanga. I'm sure you know. Not like the Mwanga. Yeah. Culturally, they marry 2, 3 wives. It's been happening a lot. I've got uncles that have 2, 3 wives. That doesn't mean that that's who I am, but it was normal for me to see that. For a long time, I've been seeing that, and it's normal, right? So if this is what I'm seeing, like, oh, okay, this is how my uncle is handling his household. He's also got even my stepdad, same situation. I'm seeing it. Oh, he's also got that Kamangwe cultural thing going. Yes. What if I grow up believing that's the way I should?
That's the way
I like it too. No, it's almost like we get groomed. Everything, like, there's a what we believe, environment, and sometimes it's family and all these things. So I don't know what you think. I don't want to say too much. I give you a chance because you guys are holding your horses.
For me, I put that. I mean, your question is, do we think it's wrong?
So from everything you've said, you think it's wrong.
I think it's wrong if you didn't make it clear to that person beforehand that this is what you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been about it.
So for me, it's, I mean, the same thing. You're with this person because now you're saying that you're letting this person know after this person is your wife. You've made vows. You've said you are my person. I will be with you through death, whatever. Sickness, you know. So you've made all these promises and all these vows before God, before your family. This is a bond. So your family knows that this is the only person.
The only person.
Her family knows. But sometimes your family knows.
Sometimes your family.
I'm saying like in this context now, where we're saying this is your wife. So now you're going to your wife who you made those vows to, and saying, look, man, I don't care about those vows anymore. There's a chick here. So that's definitely disrespectful.
Yeah.
Because you have to consider my feelings, my emotions. You're afraid this and like a cursive, man. I'm saying this from like, even in relationships, some of us have broken people's hearts. So obviously, yes. Bro. Yeah, well, most of us have friends,
It's a
all
short
that we said. But this is like now you're thinking like this is marriage. This is a serious institution first. It's not a joke. It's not just it's not a boyfriend and girlfriend with thousands of women. So for me, I'll say it's wrong. I'll say it's wrong based on the fact that you've made this vows and made this commitment.
Yeah.
You even signed, you took yourself there, no one forced you. You even paid to marry this person. You know what I'm saying? It was your money. You even made a big wedding. Now I'm saying this, but then you look at tradition, for example. You look at the Tonga culture. I can speak on it because I know like the Tongas, and obviously traditionally, like or culturally, they looked at it from the point of because we're family, right? So you have like wives
who help you take care of
they
hurt the cow.
many cows and what, and it was wealth. So you're a very wealthy person. So you've got like 3, 4 wives, means like you've got all these kids.
Take care of the wood.
Yeah, exactly. But now we've got sadly we've got like even men that can't afford to take care of themselves. You won't have like 3, 3 how you bro. Some of them their wives are taking care of them and they're even having sex. You know what I'm saying? So you can't like be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to if you're saying, look, for me, marriage means this, and I'm taking this route. If you're a Christian, you're believing what the Bible says about marriage, you're going saying the vows before God, before your family, you have to respect that. You have to honor that as a man. If you're taking the route, you're Muslim, you want to marry, you know what I'm saying? I mean, take care of the route. But then the thing is, even then when they do that, it's like you're taking care of, you're able to take care of these people. So you can't be a prop man and you want to be a polygamy thing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so for me, that's for me, it's wrong. Like you can't just come up and say,
So it's not about honesty, it's just wrong.
for me, it's wrong. Like I said, like, traditional, and that's the route you guys are taking. That's your beliefs, your religion, whatever allows.
That's it.
Listen, he first did. But I understand where he's coming from.
Yeah.
So he's basically saying if you are in a Christian
Setup.
this is what you believe.
That's also your confession.
Yeah,
Yes.
your confession, even the vows that are made, even the steps that are taken to have the matrimony.
Exactly.
It's different. But in the village, they just bring.
That's what I'm saying.
Traditional.
And you know, because the thing is, some things are. I know a lot of things that, like, a lot of things we mix religion with tradition and culture and what. So sometimes you're thinking, maybe
Tradition with legends.
exactly. So now you're like, this is tradition. So now you need to be, there's a thing like this, like, is this a cultural thing? Or is this a traditional thing? Or is this like a spiritual thing, right?
But that really does the question.
Yeah.
Because let's get on that point.
Yeah.
When you look at the way we get married now, this generation, this day and age, you just said it there. We mix tradition, religion, and not religion. That's nobody in this generation's fault, right? The fact that we need the man to be on a certain level, you have to not take a dowry or your son or whatever you want to call it, But that's a traditional thing. That's not a religious thing.
But at the same time,
I think in religion, I think it's got a dowry, right? But at the same time, you need to remember where this came from, right?
the ceremonies are very
Once upon a time, life was very different when these things became a part of that. Today, that doesn't apply on both sides. I mean, this is now where this gets tricky. So let's not go away from the topic. The topic was about side chicks.
It's actually,
This came from a pastor. This is why it says,
Let's check it.
a man is saying, okay,
Was he upset?
he was definitely offside.
Thank you, yeah.
He was definitely offside. I think he stepped like he was too young to be young the man. Once you see that like news diggers gets involved, I've never seen, or let me not say I've never seen, because I actually see it all the time.
Word.
a social topic like that becomes front page.
Yeah, like front page, bro.
Front page,
Yeah.
it was in the newspaper, everyone buys for 15 kwacha.
Right.
It's really there.
You could have just Facebook post.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. So now someone really, this was viral on social media and was viral enough that no,
Yeah.
the people who don't have social media need to read about this.
Yeah.
Right?
That's crazy.
Offside, but
You know what? I agree with what he's saying now. Is because what about the person that made that statement?
So now let's get
Have they been following Christian values?
so now let's get
Or like,
Yeah.
where do they? Are they on the fence or are they here?
so that was my next VR.
That's now where.
While you're talking, that was my next VR.
Yeah.
I said, guys, okay. He said it best. He actually answered it.
Yeah.
You walked into a situation. He's talking about marriage. He wasn't talking about having multiple girlfriends. He's talking about you're married.
That's why I even said.
And that's why you said
cheap one is yeah.
And this is why I said, oh,
Difference.
he already, this conversation was over before it started because he already said like, you basically say, okay, you've agreed. You've decided to be married. Bro, the whole point of being married is there's rules, right?
Yeah.
That's the point. Otherwise, why did you do it? You might as well just stay dating.
Yeah.
Once you decide to get married, you agree to the rules.
Yeah.
And
It's
if you
contracts.
yeah, exactly, it's a contract, bro. You sign it.
Like this is
Now,
my
like,
sign the thing.
you sign
And
it.
you let her know.
And at the end of the day-
one woman, you made her
And that's
believe.
the look, man, that's a big one right there. Because at the end of the day, we all have to take responsibility for that.
Yeah.
You have to do that. And once you do it, you can't now decide to change the rules. But this is like
Yeah.
what us men complain about.
Yeah.
Is that when you're dating, they keep changing the rules, right?
Yeah.
Like today, what you wear was good enough. In 3 months, it might not be. And then that's when now you now feel like I'm going to find the one who is okay with me right now.
Yeah.
That's when the side piece happen. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you're still dating. Once you're married, you've accepted all of those rule changes.
Yeah.
It's the same way all these guys playing football have accepted VAR is there, right or wrong. They have to live with the
Yeah,
cost.
they leave it like this.
The rules are the rules.
School and miss.
So now, exactly. So now, if someone misinterprets the rules, what do you do? There's nothing you can do about it. You go to the next game.
Like
You move on to the next game.
Yeah.
Well, ask my friends how many times have we said, what happened?
man, this red strand.
Look at Sasha on the weekend, bro. Well, like, what happened there?
You shouldn't talk about
Bro,
how
that was a-
VAR
listen,
is
it was a
side, man.
It was
They went to VAR, VAR was like, let's check this out. Like, went to those are the rules.
Yeah.
So if Saka complained and the ref told the whole stadium what happened, the rules don't go on, bro.
Yeah.
Let's keep playing.
Which brings us back to your question. Was he right or wrong? I think based on his background, one, and the way he asked the question, he said side chick.
Yeah.
That one, I think, very much offside.
And he put it in big
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
so side chick is side
you know,
chick.
because
That's why there's the word side.
simple. It's like,
And the
it's
chick.
different if it's like saying why.
Ni ka main meal, but why kila ka side plate side. Where I put in my pawns or whatever.
Yeah, because like this is my day up with my wife that I keep
Dessert.
her. So,
Yes.
and now I've got like an extra person that I can give whatever is there.
Yes.
Now listen, here's what's funny to this point, right?
Yeah.
A couple months, if it's not a month, but a couple months ago, we had a conversation around a side chick winning because this Bali who was rich, I think what he had like a 23-year marriage. He was in marriage for 23 years. After 23 years, he dies. And then when they go to court for claimants over his properties and wealth,
Yeah.
there was another woman's name there. And then that's how, as a family, they discovered the other woman had been with that man for as long,
As long as the
as his marriage. Yes. So for 23 years, he had this.
that's why I said,
He left things with that.
that's why I said,
Yeah, you see that that's
She was
why
in the
that word
dark.
doesn't apply.
That's
She was in the dark.
that's very white, man.
She was in the dark until he's dead. And now
And then now she's
the way into there. And the way you know, so now in that case, what question am I trying to draw out, right? Because the point has been, if someone is on the side
What?
The pains they don't get. You don't get all of the. You give all of you to your main or your wife. So then, what do we say from that?
Maybe he's in my like the love of his life, bro.
So he was the love of his life.
But also, you see that for me,
Why couldn't he get out of his marriage?
no, listen, for me, I believe that
Yeah.
first of all, the body was offside by not letting the woman know about the other. Because if you're gonna put them in a will, bro, you're gonna have to. If you've got enough shit to live for both of them,
Right,
just care about them. Because the thing is, the fear, right? I think that comes in from most men that want to hide is that I'm gonna lose this one. But that, so with me, that's what I'm saying. If you still need to have around, if you
got some fear.
if you've got fear of losing your wife,
Yeah.
it means you do. I don't think that.
Like why also fearing losing the other one?
The other woman's not gonna leave because she knows that she's gonna wife.
So now this brings me back, before we get beyond this point, this brings me back to the other VAR.
Yeah.
Related, I feel.
Where you said that, what? See what you said there was,
With the light.
let this one.
It lights
So
up.
you made a point where you said that sometimes you find another one and then
And so
you
on.
let that know, like, look, man, I'm already in a situation.
Yes.
That's when I did. Because that's the exact moment where it's like, okay, if the way that was easy, then you got to tell the one who's at home the same
You can't.
You can't.
And why not?
That's where it's at.
You did portray. Remember, I
Yes,
what do you do at the beginning of the relationship?
So that
If that person, yeah, believe that this is how you are, and then you go and bring us.
So for 23 years, his wife believed.
for 23 years, one of them knew.
Exactly.
The other one did.
Yes. So but that's the one that didn't know. That's the, what was he trying to protect?
Exactly.
So meaning it comes back to what GBK said, right? Some wives are side chicks.
If you, okay, that.
No, for me, I wouldn't.
No,
I think that one
you could confirm it.
That's what is a side chick?
Yeah.
That's why there's no side
Like, what is a side chick? Your wife, bro, this is, you built your family with this woman.
Yeah.
It's just sad that some of us men, like, some men go through whatever changes and.
But
you
we
wanna
witnessed the
wanna
whole generation.
like you
Different
move
families.
house, you go live with the other woman.
Nah,
I've seen like there's someone I knew a long time ago.
Yeah.
Looked up to whatever, left his wife and children, went to start a new family in another town, right? Years later, his family goes back to his home. Like not forced him.
Yeah.
Like it was years, right?
Yeah.
But what do you think made him go? Like it was the realization that it's not how much of performing does.
But stop.
Because
Wait, I'm your story. Before you go further on this.
Why did he leave in the first place?
Yes, in his first case one. And then he came,
So
so
you
you come back somewhere, that's to be somewhere to go back to.
exactly.
So now what I'm saying is, that means that was never all.
Exactly.
That's all that.
Yeah.
So even the way you said it, like, you framed it the exact same way you framed this story,
Yeah.
which is all situations happening. The difference between yours and his is in yours, everyone knew what was happening.
Yeah.
In his, everyone didn't know. But the outcome is the same.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying, the side conversation, look at the fries here, and if they were at steaks, and you had the steak and the fries on the side, you get the fries around the steak. Does that mean now the fries become the main meal?
No.
bro.
Exactly.
They still stay fries.
So the side stays the side.
And it's what you preferred when you ordered.
Finish.
And let me tell you something.
What you didn't know.
Yes.
You could order the steak without the fries, or just the fries without the steak.
You know the
So which
But it
one-
doesn't change that fries and fries and the steak is the steak.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
You wanted 2 steaks.
that's all. You're very hungry.
Why did you get 2 steaks?
Yeah, very
I got a
hungry.
steak with an extra steak. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think almost everything is at stake. That was definitely offside. Definitely offside. And I think that if we're gonna be like, because our generation is our generation, because we're like millennials, but
We use the word side chick so casual.
Gen Z is like, what?
That's big news, bro.
So if we're going to, like the people that have gone before us cannot be making such stick. You know what I mean? Like what? Because we are now the ones that are making.
They probably
we are very influential.
Yeah.
There's a lot of youngsters following us.
Yeah. Very true.
So we need to be careful.
I come and tell you, you helped me stay alive.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
that actually is what we say. I just believe that as a man, what you say is very important. So what you say to yourself, what you say in public, what you say to your friends, what you say to everybody.
What you said,
What your words are very, very powerful. So, and you're shaping people's lives, you're shaping narratives, right? Thoughtfully, exactly. So, in whatever like spheres that we're in, whatever spaces we're in, we need to be very careful with our words.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you might have meant it as a joke, but it came out as a headline, and now some kid is like, oh, snap, I follow this body. Well, if you say this, and then you know. Yeah, so at the end of the day, I mean, side chicks are side chicks, wives are wives.
Yeah, let's
You decide to have both, don't mix it. You can't say my wife is, at the end of the day, it's a decision, man.
Yeah.
You're the man, you're the leader, no one forces you to have another girl on the side. You make the decision, you see a pretty girl, you follow her, you want to talk to her, that's you. Yeah. It's on us. We have to take accountability for it. It's not like you just, oh no, because
That's
and down until 23 years later, after being with my wife, I got in tune with my tradition. And now I want to have the second wife, bro.
Yeah, how do you get into the tradition when in the first place you gave out this aura that this is the kind of person you are?
Yeah.
So there's a whole sort of post-match interview where somebody was thinking, you know like,
Oh yeah,
that one, there's like that thing.
I come at
I mean, he lost it. Because
So you know what that is. So that maybe the girlfriend supports more of what she's
career.
and the wife is
And
not
that was,
really.
and that was the biggest question of his life.
She was watching
The first thing that came into his head was, bro, this shit was like, I'm not sure. That's not, hey, 6 rounds.
But at the end of the day,
What
your house done.
And he said, I'd like to tell my girlfriend
Yeah.
and then my wife.
And my wife.
It all comes down to
That was not. That was offside, bro.
being
That was offside.
being a very intentional individual. At the end of the day, we have to grow. We can't like always have excuses for our mistakes and make. There comes a time when you have to grow up. You have to grow up. And it's not on us to wait on the women to march up, because now it's a bit crazy. Like the women also, hey, no one is misogynistic.
No. There are 2 points there. Well, these are probably topics for another day.
Yeah.
Which is number 1, the traditional aspect of things that aren't actually disturbed our culture. And number 2, what you just said right there, which is that unfortunately a lot of us men, and we all have to hold our hand up, we're taking a bit too long to grow up.
Exactly.
And the truth is, that's making it difficult for us to actually function in real life.
Yeah.
Because women are growing up according to what's happening around.
Exactly.
Think about it like this: all the women that all of us know, right?
I have a question there. Before I heard what you said, it will take him too long to grow up. Don't you think maybe men have always been in certain nature all this while? And it's the women that are with us that make us mature quick.
Can I answer? So I don't think anyone makes you mature faster or slower. I think we are all, think about it like science. We were all in school, right?
Yeah.
It's that thing where you learn that like grow up according to stimuli.
Yeah.
So you grow up according to what's around you.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily the women, right? It's everything around you that shapes who you are. Right?
Yeah.
Which means it also shapes how you function in every aspect of your life. You could be excellent in everything but terrible at relationships.
Exactly.
The problem is, as men, no one ever came and told us it's not linear, right? We all function in a way, the way it's not like it's nuanced. And the difference is women have spent their whole lives learning to function like that because they're emotional. They've been emotional since the day they were born. So for them, dealing with different things is a lot easier. It's an organism, bro. Whereas as a man, the moment you get into a different phase of your life, you're like, okay, so what do I think here?
Now you start questioning.
And then now, the moment you do one thing wrong, it snowballs. Right? So now, in that aspect of your life, it's difficult to now turn it back around.
Exactly.
And if relationships is one of those things, it's very difficult.
There you go.
So now, here's the problem.
That's why I asked that question.
Yes.
There's been people that let me just be honest, men that are kept going like this, right? And then you get a loser into your life, then your tips, bro. Then you lose it.
That's slowing you down.
Yes. Then you just lose it because one, just to stop remember, we're not emotional beings, we're very physical beings.
Or logical.
Yeah, logical, physical. Open the mayonnaise jar for me.
Yes.
I for twice. No,
Yeah.
you can wine and attend the poor here doing everything, and it's your own mother's funeral. You'll be there, bro. You're not crying, but maybe to just do you up at one point. Maybe during marriage or whatever.
For me,
We're not emotional beings. Women know how to handle their emotions. They let it out right there.
Right
Then
there,
they
yeah.
cry. They got somebody to talk to.
yeah.
Men always like to harness things.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like sometimes you might just get a wrong woman in your life
Yeah.
who will come and screw you up even if you were going like this.
That's it. Yeah.
Screw you up then dip. And you're feeling like, doesn't she still have like some love for me or some care? And then her, she's good. Bro, a woman can be with you even a year after. She left you maybe a year ago. But she can still stick around with you
That was the point I was about
a
to make.
whole year.
That's why I said women grow up. See, that's the perspective I was saying that.
But
the
we're
perspective-
delusional at the same time.
See what you just said right there.
You see,
The
we're
one
not quick to emotion.
Yeah, but think about the way what makes people friends.
Yeah.
Delusion is part of being man.
Man, that's
Because
why
if you're not,
friends are
if you're not delusional, if you're not irrationally confident, you cannot achieve. What are we doing here right now having a conversation?
Yeah.
This irrational is delusional, but we're doing it anyway. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Right? Because again, it doesn't really matter what comes out of this, we're still doing.
Yeah.
That's how men function.
Yeah.
Whereas women, it's like there must be an outcome. There must be an outcome. There must be a result. Otherwise, why are you doing it? And that's the evolution women have gone through. That us men will just stagnate at certain point. And that's why they say,
Because we don't talk a lot.
no, but think about what you're saying. No, think about what you're saying. Think about what you're saying. You get to a point where like one woman, depending on what point you are in your life, because every man catches momentum. What they're doing, right? Catching momentum, and then that one woman derails you at dips, like you said. No one cares. And that's what I'm trying to say. That's the part where I'm like, bro, that's the part we men need to accept. Because women have spent their whole life seeing that no one cares.
I have a double jointed question. First and foremost, I have a double jointed question. Do you think, right, jumping off of the same example of the 23-year and this nigga left everything to the woman who was hidden, right? He left everything. No, not necessarily everything, but
like mom was saying,
it's good amount.
Bro, 23 years.
A good amount of things. And probably you might even say it's investments that other women said, hey, do this with that. Then it work. That means like, everyone, you know what I'm saying? So, number one, my question is this, right? Because I've mulled around this, I've thought about it. Do you think it is possible, mutually exclusive, to love two women at the same time?
Bro, it's the same love. I can't lie.
Not this. Of course, it won't really be the same love because we're talking about someone who's married, right? But he's still. Let me paint it this way. Let's say the other woman or the woman that's unknown to whatever sphere of influence he's generated this side, right? Knows him. And he's putting on a show for everyone else in this sphere of influence. And they feel like they know him. Right? Because I've seen these scenarios play out before where the one who knows the whole, like where the bodies are buried, you know what I'm saying? Is the woman who's buried. But he got married. Right? And this woman also thinks, oh, I know him. But she only knows parts.
I think, gents. Now, let me give you one so that you guys know. I don't want to jump in and say this. Number one, the way that question is framed, right? Right? Exclusivity in terms of emotion. We've already established, or at least we've already discussed the fact that the men and emotion what's that? Agreements? So how can you, if we don't believe as important, so if we don't believe that men are even able to process even just complex, like basic complex, that's a crime. Basic complex emotions of like someone has destroyed you, and you don't know what to do moving forward. And how
you still want to love.
You still do
Wait, how do you believe a man can process two women? let alone they process the one that broke his house. Like this how how's that work? So that's my first one. So I'm saying I don't think that's possible for men. I actually think it's not possible for women.
And I can multitask.
Because they
Guys, don't say this. No.
when I think about that, women are better with what we discussed here. Based on what we talked about, right?
But then again, it's also nuanced, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Because the question that also begs is, for 23 years, why couldn't he just
No, but let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. We only know about him living. We don't know about what one with the woman in that boat 23 years ago.
Yeah.
That's the part I'm trying to say. Like, that's the section no one looks at. And how that happened. Like, there were two people involved. That's the biggest one. Like, not even like a figure. Like, what is actually going on in this marriage? Because we only ever know about what the man did. The more we hear about what women do, think about how that goes.
Yeah. Okay, here's my take. Let me, because of how you said it, you said, is it possible for men to love two women? I feel like we're trying to Voltron in love, right? No, this is, as stupid as it sounds, you have a woman who's like 60%, she's like the 100% you want. Just because this is you with this, or maybe her cooking is bad, or just, it could be anything. I'm not saying that this is what was. It could be anything, because people have personalities at the end of the day. So you find this woman is so 60% of what you want, she's there. So because you're just liking like the 40%, you try and find somebody who's covering like the 40%. Then finally now you have like the 100, right? Because
That's what the law of average.
yeah, but you see how that works. Then, because of just a lack of, you make a decision. Like, you know what, I still love that one. I'm gonna go back. She gives me 60%, she does all this, but
This side.
goes down on me. There's all these things. You know, like people have certain needs.
Yeah.
I know we try to make them seem like needs. They're just wants. You just want somebody who goes down on you sometimes, you know. But people are weird.
That's what
People are weird.
Like Jerem said.
So now, because you're trying to Voltron, you now start, trying to juggle your life. Yeah, because of just the things that you feel like this is what completes me. When I go with my woman, when I travel, it's like this. When I go with this one, it's like, let's go try a roller coaster. Let's go try. Like, but this side, maybe it's very formal. You know, even in life, there's sometimes, like, I want to go out, like, let me call up my friends, let me just chill, then there's days when I want to look formal and go in a meeting. That completes me as a human being.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to wear suits everywhere. Even when I'm going to the beach, I'm in a suit, I'm very formal. So because I'm trying to do this to survive as a human being, and I still want my social life to keep going, well, I can just call my boys and say, "Get me that muffin boy," you know? That's another aspect.
Yeah. You try to go 6.
Yeah, just that same thing of trying to balance everything makes people treat relationships like everything needs to balance.
I think
And
Interesting.
and because of that, that's why people would rather keep two people around.
You know?
Even when somebody has broken up with the side chick, bro, they come back home failing to hide that they're just fine.
Like, I've seen memes like that.
You know what? No, Saladin score. You know what I do with the show? Like, the way case of like cook everything out there and he explained it properly. The one word that I'll take from him is he says it's a decision. Right? So, I believe love is a decision. I don't believe it's an emotion.
Yeah.
Like for me, bro, because loving someone doesn't feel good every day.
No.
You know, Every morning you wake up, oh, bro, you're going to be irritated, you're going to be whatever, but you decided this is my person. And this is the person I want to love for the rest of my life if you're married, right?
Yeah.
Or if you're getting into marriage. But you can also decide to say, it's also a decision that men make. It's like, okay, I've decided, this is my wife. Because there's men who say, me, I love my wife. I love my wife.
Yeah.
Like, they even tell the side chick, whatever, like, say you should disrespect my wife. That's my chick.
Number one.
And this chick is there also foolishly saying, hi, saying, yeah, I love you. So this guy has made this decision,
Yeah.
but also he's made a decision to have a second person.
Yeah.
Like he's made a decision to say, okay, in our first place and second place, and the second place has accepted they want to be second place. Because in most cases, second place is accepted.
Yes.
Like they're the ones who you can tell, listen, brother, I have a chick. Do you want to stay or not? I want to stay. You have their consent. But if you go back to the person that you've decided that you want to love and get, I think I'm idiot getting a second girlfriend. How do you feel about that? I'll be like, my guy, I'm leaving. And if it's a high value woman, bro,
Yeah.
she's saying that, my guy, I'm not.
Yeah, 6.
You were trying
foot.
So at the end of the day, I think that it's all about decisions, but you decide as men we don't work on emotion, we work on logic. So that's the logic that he said like, oh, when I go to the beach or when I travel with my wife, this is how things are. When I go with this other chick, this is how things are. So people are trying to like use logic in the relationship and try and balance out things. But that's not, I think that's a good point. Being responsible is now like saying like, okay, this is the person I've decided I'm going to be with. I need to find ways or find it like how can we bring out that other 40% that I like and want, because and also the thing we
bring out something else.
because we're looking at it one sided. Imagine the woman's also looking at you and saying, this is my 60%, I also need a 40%.
That's what I'm trying to say. Ultimately, I think my final point on this one is really bad.
Yeah.
Right? You guys said 60-40. I think I heard one like a sports analogy. It says 90-10. I don't know if you guys watch it.
Actually,
So those are this.
You know, it can be that.
So this NBA analyst named Bill Simmons, right? When he talks about his 90-10 theory.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time I heard it from him, but I'm sure it's someone else. He basically used Russell Westbrook as the example.
Yeah.
Remember when Russell Westbrook was doing MVP, breaking records. He said Russell Westbrook, 90% of him is one of this. He will score 35 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. Right? He will be the alpha dog. He will be the leader in the room. He will work the hardest. He will jump the highest. He will do everything. And that 10% is where it doesn't pass the ball KD.
Yeah.
Now we can't win.
Yeah.
Because now, bro, okay, I need to do all of that, but I also need to pass the ball.
Exactly.
Now, Westbrook is like, bro, if I'm doing that, I can't win this.
Yes.
So, I'm just going to go ahead and be the best 90%, and exactly figure out the 10%. Here's the problem. If you Westbrook stop scoring 55, you now start scoring 10%. You now instead of getting 10 assists, you're getting 5. Instead of 10 rebounds, you're getting 5.
Yeah.
Guess what? That 10% is now in dollar.
Yeah.
And that's what happens to men. Right? When women find that, the same way we find them when we talk about high value, well, look at each other, says 90-10.
Yes.
But there comes a point in both sides, like you said, where that 10% becomes in dollar.
Exactly.
So now, if that 10% where side chick exists, the moment you are no longer worth that 90, that becomes intolerable.
Yeah.
And this brings me back to the whole question of this pastor. But if you congregate or you speak in front of a big congregation, then there are different types of men who are married, getting married about.
Yeah.
I don't care what you think. That's all side because you are a carrier to say the right message. Which means you're not telling people who are very staunchly religious Christian that guys, side chicks, it's okay.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
That's a good question for you.
Yeah.
How many of you go out all the time with the same friends?
I don't even go out. That's the thing.
Bro,
No, but even when
I hang out with myself with the same group of people. I can't even say this, guys.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I can't even say
I'm trying to tell you,
If you go out with different friends,
Yeah.
yeah.
you're gonna be going out with the same woman all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
So there's remember
the
what
same side.
the same thing we were talking about. We didn't want to keep it at 60-40, right? It could be 70-30, 80-20, 90-10, like you said. Imagine,
Nokia 92.
imagine, your wife is all of these things. She's 80%, and then the 20% is maybe with your other woman.
Yeah.
You watch football. She understands football. And even like, it's possible. It's not like
If those are the things that maybe 60% drunk guys.
no, it's not even 20%. Right? It's
Think about we're talking about the context of us, yeah?
Yeah.
That was in the context of us.
Yeah, but can we hang up like
So now here's
with the same
what-
friend?
That's what I'm saying.
Here's
That's
what-
not what question is saying. That's why maybe 50%.
So now here's where that question comes into play. So there's friends that you hang out with football-wise.
Yeah.
Then there's friends that you just hang out with them because they're vibe. Just everything about them, bro. Their aura, the stuff they'll talk about, they'll joke around.
Yeah.
They'll even entertain another friend that you come through.
Yeah.
Let's say they're like Mike from 7 today we're going to see Dexter. And he happens to have a great time because of Dexter. Because that's why you guys are this, all that kind of stuff. So like there's certain friends that matter with what kind of hangout you're going to have.
Exactly.
You think?
That guys even have like just niggas they go because they want boy, kuna boy, it's just looking like a sausage butt.
Next week I'm coming back.
Boy, you need to pull out.
I'm not gonna.
There's homies like that. He's not like your top friend, but like when you want business, you want to talk business. He's not that kind of a friend. But when you're having a chill, you want it to be lively. He's the dude you call, right? So that's that again. That obviously we can't have that balance. It just doesn't happen like don't dance. That's a lie. You'd even be like the same way I'm watching Bachelor with you.
Yeah.
And this what we talk about like this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have the same friendship with some other dude
Who won't understand?
who would understand like if I do a Dexter this, you'd have picked up that line very easily, like it's just different.
I think it's just crazy because I believe that you can't compare that sort of relationship to the relationship with your partner.
That's a
Yes. That's very true. That's why I tried in that context.
That's why I say a big one because then it's like bounce and I like when you answer it. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But remember that you're deciding to be with this person. So all that now, that's the 40
Because the percentage was in your ballpark.
I need to now teach, hey my guy, that's the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
That's Thierry Henry. This means offside. Like that's the interest that you build.
Yes.
Because now you're beginning to build this is your own.
Yeah.
So even she now like starts that you have to gain interest in nails, color. Some colors you don't even know yet. Then you know the color. Like bro, you're going to do your nails. Okay, but you're going to do your nails. Okay, I need to change my nails every 3 weeks. Okay. What color is that? How can you notice that this is different from that other color? So you need to learn. It's like, because for her, there will be another one who's interested in all those things.
Now, very
So remember when I said that you need to think it like in both those things. Think about it.
And you won't be interested in those things. You'll be interested in her.
Exactly.
enough to really look like
At the end of the day,
that's the human dog concept. You know that
now.
concept.
Human dog. You learn what the French.
Do you know what the human dog concept is?
Yeah.
Can I explain?
Yes,
Okay. So what the human dog concept is all men are dogs. That complex statement that it's so all men are dogs.
that's different.
In that, the moment you're being a dog to your goose, your babe, your bar, I'm using all those terms, your woman, the moment you're being a dog, there's another dog who pretends to be a human at that very moment being the dog. So, but you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
You are. You're not tired of this person. You are.
A dog.
You are a dog because she's already yours. So like you're able to refuse even like a shopping spree or go out like let's go buy yourself. Then there's this nigga who wants to be human. At that moment you are being a dog. He'll be like, he didn't want to take you out to the movies. I would go to the movies with you. You should. There's always those men. Don't forget. Even because women always hunting. Women are always emotional and sometimes they boast their emotion. Even though they state that sad face, chai, sachi, dog, being a human at that moment, just like, what's wrong? You didn't even ask. You're just watching and the things like, they don't need to and feel funny. Yeah, whatever is going, and there's an on. That on is just there, like, what's wrong? That alone is enough. She'll be like, oh my God, he cares. Somebody who cares wants to pour out to
You
you.
know, that mongrel he just shown up at that
He just should have that moment. He's also, I know what you need. He's a big guy.
That's why was this dog.
Was you
That's why
can't
checking statuses. This dog just checking statuses. Wait.
Yes, they just check.
Sad face. And give her
Sad
a
face.
like,
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
They take you to
Are you okay? Ice cream is fun. They don't really go that deep. The moment they just acknowledge the sad
the
face,
sad
the
face.
dog is inside. You know, have you ever seen women and stray dogs?
Wow.
There you go. Let's end it there.
If I were in his position, I wouldn't do that to you. What are you so much? You this is a lie. But it's okay. Baby, I can't go away. It's okay, man. Chance. They are waiting much on you.
So anyway, that's like on this end. Yeah. And for us, like this. But what and I left this because I was having a conversation with one of my older brothers and he was telling me like, man, there's only so much you can do. Yeah. Like you can't control what the other party does.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because bro, there's like being maybe even like guys who consider angels. That's me. And they've done everything right. And the lady just went and did something wrong. Maybe they slept with a guy that sells head and the guy is doing everything. You know, you're like, what's that?
Like the rich man who the gardener does the.
Yeah, yes. What do you want?
The worst one, bro. This really happened to someone who I know. It's almost like I hang out with you.
Yeah.
And then you introduce me to a dude, and then we hang out together, maybe once or twice, right?
Yeah.
Then you come to tell me what just happened.
Yeah.
So this person had been engaged. This girl he proposed, had wedding. So all those things are happening there, organized wedding.
Yeah.
And it's a lot that goes on. Then a week before, she gets with one of those homies. I don't know if it was the 3 weeks before. You know those homies that
Oh, this is a true story.
yeah. Ibalariaka Risha. So before you went, let me just, even her, she was feeling like that. Like before I went, before I come,
And that's a crazy thing.
I need to
Table that.
I need to come through to you so that you just have one last blast.
Wow, that's good.
And I didn't know that both parties think like that. I didn't know females think like that too. Like before I get married, let me just, yes.
Yeah, this is
So it happens. Then she catches some older woman.
she doesn't even care.
Yes. No, here's what happened. Here's the cool thing about this story, because it's real. She caught something. He got sick, obviously, HIV positive.
Yeah.
And she loves this nigga so much. I don't know how that kind of love works. I don't know if it's love or maybe she just felt bad that she done it. 4 nights before the wedding.
It's not the
4 nights before the wedding, she breaks it down to him. Okay, here's what happened. I'm so sorry. I'm HIV positive. No, what do you mean? If we're going to test before two of us, when you meet, let's go test again because I'm still negative and none of us luckily.
Yes, sir.
I got with one of my exes, and this is the situation. Now you can imagine, for me, all this is going on. Wedding is called off, and he doesn't pick up our phone calls. Now I'm scared. This one is offing himself.
Yeah.
He's definitely gonna analyze because he had invested so much time. Even the times we were spending, I didn't spend as much time as the other person. Like you introduced me to this person. It was like, guys, madam, 21, Shan, he dips. Even when it's football, bro. That time, Messi and Ronaldo were in the same league, bro. I don't think we missed any La Liga matches. Any Premier League matches during that time. Bro, don't leave, madam is gone. That's how serious it was. Wedding preparations are going on. I'm just fixing the sound system, guys. And then this happened, bro.
Yeah.
Wedding goes off. Dude is by himself now. Sometimes I'll get now from my friend who I knew. He came through. He'll be like, let's go check at his house. No, bro. Homie's not answering. You don't know if he's inside the house or not. At this point, we couldn't even help him. We just thought, Floyd is going to off himself. He was so worried. We had to start reaching out to his brother. Do you guys know about this? No. We didn't really understand why he called off the wedding. So you see again how men harness stuff.
Yeah.
He didn't care, he had to find another reason. Just to say, I can't marry this woman. Maybe he called it, no, I'm just nervous. Guts are gone. But it happened.
That's crazy.
What would you do in a situation like that? Because you've invested all this time. And that person had a job, a 9 to 5, the same one I was speaking about.
Now they're not going to.
Now he's not going to work even as people are. He doesn't care. There's a point where you just feel like, even if the job, I lose the job, it's okay. Kind of lost her. You know, like,
And what's crazy is thinking in that position, you find that a man would be protecting you.
yes.
Women is different. Like women,
Yes, they'll
still
forget about
good shots.
yeah.
This guy is
Yeah, bro.
How you did it, bro? I just said you tell the dog. She's about to post it on a WhatsApp status, an Instagram status, whatever they search for. You just say, live.
Don't.
Finish. That's just the dog. The one who has that because he's the one who's around the most, so he can sense it. You don't dive in. For a night after speech, no business. And that's the situation. That's where it goes left and right. Because again, as men, let's take it back to the beginning of this topic. We function logic. So there's a lot of things in a situation that I go like this has got nothing to do with emotion anymore. This is entirely a real situation. So it doesn't require us men to operate. So now start like I said, you find another reason. You do everything in his power to make it seem okay. Because in his brain, that's the most logical move. That's the move, right? Make it okay. Because again, as a man, we are required to make it okay.
Because in that moment you're even thinking maybe I deserve this.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean now,
switches.
and that's why so many men who are feeling the way they feel these days, which is because of that. To get to that point,
Even that whole move where he didn't let his family know like this.
in his brain, it sounds like his fault.
It felt like I'm going to demonize this woman.
No, okay,
So he's still using
No, but
his
it's No, but think about it. Doing all that.
Because in that moment we're saying that.
No, you always love. Because that's the truth about us, man.
Yeah,
We said, but
but
no.
we love.
And I was about to say, that's why the dog analogy, I might jump when we said it, because I've always said this to people, they've always misunderstood me, bro. And me with anything. But one thing you know about dogs that the whole world teaches is that dogs are loyal to a fault. So when a dog is your dog, it will never leave you, bro. So you learn. You know what I'm saying? That's why we talked about, that one woman who breaks your heart. Because you became like,
Yeah.
when she had you like pup, and then she abandoned you as a pup, and then now you became a stray dog. That's why I said all the women say straight up, oh, it's the puppy someone else left, let's bring it in, let's rescue.
Let's rescue.
But then what she wants to do is she wants to make this rescue dog. It's like she wants to be, you just walk in as a stray with
Straight.
and that's the dog manager.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, now when she remembers you were a stray dog, the other stray is going to catch her attention. Because she's always trying to rescue
Yeah.
stray dogs.
That makes sense.
But then, and that's how I feel the perspective is from women.
Yeah.
Oh, he has the potential, he can be clean. If I find that dog, okay, no, it's a nice dog, but it's just walking outside. Let me clean it.
Yes.
It's an okay Alsatian, you know. That's a Jack Russell. Like,
Yeah.
let me just clean it up. It's a fluffy dog.
Mm-hmm.
All you now you see in the road everywhere. Let
Yeah.
me just clean it up. Right.
Yeah.
But the dog wasn't thinking about anything. Just roaming around as a snake.
Yeah.
And then just wandered into someone's yard. So now, when the dog is now getting like lambasted for not being clean, what I told him, what do you mean, bro? I was dead when I walked in here.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow.
Now, the point is the moment you allow that dog inside is after you've been trained to death again. If I not dog, I was hit around. Women are not animals. But like I said, women are more. The reason why we can be compared to animals is because of the fact that we are living.
Yeah.
Right? Because animalistic instincts are living, fight or flight.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at, we see all the time, this is the reason why
Be hunted.
the hunt of be hunted, dog eat dog, this is all these things men are working our whole life, right? So it's difficult to process complexity. But now women have always known complexity because whether it's relationships with their moms, with their sisters,
Everything is
with everything.
different.
You know, like this is
Different.
different. I can't talk to this one about
Even when they're getting married, look at our tradition, and that's why I said the tradition conversation is the big one. When they're getting married, men just have to show up. Women have to be careful. This function is for the friend, this function is for this function is for the husband's village. Yeah, the wedding is for everyone.
Yeah.
for us, like this, like,
No, but
Just show up.
no, but you have, let's be real. No,
That's money.
no, that's facts, right? Yeah. These are the facts, but then ultimately, if that's taken out of the
in
way,
preparation, like,
if
like
you
away from the finance.
You don't have the money.
yeah,
No, that's not, not if you don't have the money, away from the financing,
because here's the thing, ultimately,
like the
everything
preparation
will happen will be based off
for
all
the
the
night.
Yeah.
any, right? Whether you have it or you don't, it will be based on what you can manage. If you can't manage it, you don't have it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so, once you bypass that point, you manage it and it happens, it's on her. And then everything from that moment on is on her. When you guys are expecting a child, she has to make sure she delivers. When you guys now start taking this to school, if the kids are sick, dirty, what you go, it's hard to look at. So she's been prepared her whole life, biologically, religiously.
But if the kids don't have proper socks,
No, but that's my point. But then now,
kids are not in school.
no, see what you're talking about. You're talking about the kids that move up to like, that's the thrust, bro. Because if the kids are sick, it's not
It's
you.
nothing. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If the food in the crib is not proper, it's not you. If the house is not
Yeah, like you get the sauce, you get the right, just give them a new place.
it's never going to be you. And that's the point that
The
you
logic
keep talking
of
about.
it. Even frustration sometimes drives us to logic. That's to just say, okay, if that's they just get me out.
In that moment, you didn't consider the fact that, let's say the socks. And someone sees, or your mother comes home and sees that your child has made the socks. You can. It's not you. It's our way, so the mother doesn't keep in proper diet. You, meanwhile, your wife told you 3 days ago, the boy died of eating no socks. I need you to get others. These are finished. We can't wash them anymore. They in any blood. It's never going to be on you.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying certain things are certain things.
Yeah.
But that's why it's important for people like Pastor. What's not get It's important for people like him in a position that he has.
This video so you can come and clear his name.
Exactly. But he's talking about his next so long, he needs to come and explain that to his thing.
Yeah, we've said so much. But just so many 3 years.
Yeah.
That's
I
why.
mentioned it's my last
Drive it home.
Yeah, to drive it home that 23 years, this person had to die for them to stop by the end of those.
Because he could have even reached 50 or
Like this
So
guy,
meaning that,
great.
meaning that even the second, I don't know if we should call her the second wife, but we say the second wife,
Yeah.
knew her boundaries, she knew what her role was, she never messed with the wife, she never confronted the wife, I'm sure. Because if that happened, it would be a whole different scenario. Imagine the first 3 years without the twins. Such person decided, nah, I deserve you. by myself. So
Then think about the era when these things happened. This, I feel like we seem to talk about one of these.
so 23 years again, I think for the man
Okay, think about
was
the period.
because it was going well.
Okay, because 23 years. Think around where you continue that thought. This
Yeah.
is 23 years means this maybe started in the 90s, bro.
There we go.
Before cell phone,
Yeah.
before what? Just what things were under control, but you can't do that now.
No, that you can't also right now.
Because outside of just you can do that now, I also feel like women, there are certain women who more or less accept their work. There are others who are like, no.
It's a career generation.
Not
It's a career generation and it's a career. Sorry, it's a generation of options.
Yeah, because now it's like, no, but think about it. It's because women are discovering options. Men always got them.
Yeah.
If you can't do it for you, another man.
Another man will.
And they didn't have the access to
They
that.
didn't have the access to that. Social media, your internet, all that
Let's
stuff.
talk about
Media.
this idea that women exist for men, and we can just get to have a casual conversation about them being side pieces. Weird.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's really weird, and it just makes sense.
Cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because one day we'll
Because
talk
what-
about sadness.
Yeah. And that's for 23 years. Because this other woman was keeping the peace. So 23 years he was still able to keep going. But if he had,
And
if
you don't
he had
have
decided,
I was thinking about he thought it was a guy. Just because this woman decided I'm not going to make it a pressure.
yeah.
That's all.
Imagine if
It was
she had
practicing.
just influence also.
Finish.
Coming from anybody, could be her stepdaughter, could be Sean, anybody.
let me
tell her.
Maybe she, because I think they,
She knew her role.
she
just said I'm happy. Like
I think I would more or less even set it to she liked him enough.
is to not disrupt.
That's
It's
why
difficult in
what I said. Women
because
can do that. Men cannot.
yeah.
Imagine this big the woman doesn't happen. Bro.
And you're like, no, I love you.
Bruh.
She's gonna get it, but I'm not gonna do my ass.
Bruh.
We've heard the song.
No, teacher.
Give me a playlist.
You know
Now, we need landing back and asking questions. That's what I do. VAR.
No, it just.
Now, it's just because you
Americans do that.
No, don't lie. They live outside in Zanji setting. That's where they are.
Speaking of Felipe Inzaghi, yeah, because I think we can
Not
get
case that didn't want that.
I think
He didn't want this part to land.
oh man,
Right here.
but this part has
Yes, man.
It's
so K-Star is saying leave him alone because they are
Because they won't alone.
I need a peddler's book.
Yeah.
it's because of walking alone. But the truth is, you will never walk alone. But you can also not walk away with 3 points. I'm just
Not when it's money, but
not when it's done you.
then it but it's okay with me.
Is it just so now she did that just the previous week. Even if it's
Let's really. Let's
Bro, it's like our goal game is back to back.
Okay, let's really dive into this.
going back to back.
Let's really dive into this. Because we're talking, because Arsenal, we already know the guys.
Slots are front.
That's not wait, hold on.
Before we get to start being afraid. Yeah, we got questions. You got me. You stop, bro.
Bro,
You got to
first things first. Yeah. See it. I spent 400 million pounds. 400.
It's the first time
Wait a minute.
spent actually. Chelsea and who else?
Wait a minute. This is the history of football. This is the first time Liverpool outspent anyone. And somehow this team looks like it's.
It's going down.
The best way I can
It's a
describe it.
Real man.
The best way I can describe it is exactly that. He said Galactico from like 20 years ago in Real Madrid signed Beckham and he said the player was not that good, bro. Like Real Madrid signed Ballon d'Or winner Figo, Ballon d'Or winner Zidane, Ballon d'Or nominee Beckham, they had Ballon d'Or winner Ronaldo. Like this is what they're doing. Ballon d'Or nominee Raul.
Kenya,
Roberto Carlos at the back, Casillas in goal. So I was doing. This guy got a top 400 mil on Florian Wirtz. Alexander Isak.
He's how is that and he's
We know He was perfect.
It's practically.
No, let's go. He was perfect.
No, but you see the goal change that is this.
No,
The keeper was beaten.
I said, let's do this properly, bro. Like, let's dissect this like nice section by section. Because these guys are now 4 points behind us somehow. 3 weeks ago, they were 5 points ahead. That really happened. These are facts. 115 million.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay. I'm still waiting. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those school notes. Like, you know, one of those players. Wait, remember PS1 back in the day? Like, wait, the disc was dead. That's what Flocken and Rich look like. Alexander Isak is the most expensive player in the history of British football. So they did that in the same summer they spent 80 million on extension. Two players who literally, if you look at them side by side, look the same, bro. So what do you think? This is like you walk in, buy an iPhone 17 and say, wow, 40 bucks. Knowing through at home, there's no relish in the fridge. But now, what are you man doing? There's no
Utterly either or section. Please help. In the comments section. He's walking away.
Here's my problem with this. They went in with all that. The only player missing for them this week. Who was missing this week? Who was injured? No one. Oh, sorry, Alisson.
That's all.
Alisson is one of the best goalkeepers, one of the best three keepers in the world, I'll give you that. But you also spent 30 million on the guy wasn't over. Because you saw Keller to Brentford and then you got that guy. So I'm assuming that guy is worth. I mean, I spent 30 million on a sub keeper. We spent 5 million on keeper, not full or dry. Because you know he's a sub.
Yeah.
30 million on the sub keeper, he's there. Brian going after 1 minute. It's through your hands, legs, I don't know it passed. That happened. After 1 minute. 1 minute, bro. I can't understand. Van Dijk, elbowed, McCann, whatever happened. Nguemo was still up to flag.
Or a farming defense.
Exactly. But he still up to flag. And he went in and said, bro. And here's my thing. Old Trafford, first game, he got this. He had the same chance against us.
Yeah.
That guy said no. And then they didn't score at Old Trafford. 7 weeks later, they're worse team than we were on the first game. They came to Anfield.
Out them.
The club, you guys just got one in, you got me, whatever. You guys equalize. At that point, it's Anfield, bro.
Yeah, now you have to win. It's not like, okay.
This season, they've shown us 7 games. Plus 5, I don't know how many games they won in the last 10 minutes. They were going to start every time. And then Harry Maguire. Like all the money.
Don't get it wrong. I'm a guy in the bad.
It's a bad man.
Harold,
When you come to speak, when you least expect.
What?
You know what Harold is?
What?
He's one of those players that do you see him left out in the even England squad?
Well, now he's, that's why I'm like, I beg your pardon.
Like just trying to adjust. Maybe he's got no coach. Was it Thomas? What's his name?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
To be
That's
fair,
a
I don't know why
bad
I'm always
you know, but
That guy is a bad. He's got. I don't know what kind of spell.
Yeah, I don't mind you, he's always
Man, you like when you. I don't know, but Harold Maguire is hardworking.
He comes
You come on
and when it matters,
you want to see the change. It's like Ramos. I know Ramos like has done him like over and over like that, but
hey,
he is that guy.
this is how I know Liverpool you're walking around.
No, if you're looking at, can you tell me anybody who's that quality in the starting in the actual team that they have right
What,
now?
who England?
No, Manchester United.
Who's better than Maguire?
Yes, who's got that kind of?
Matthijs, the league.
He can come on and change the game, impact things.
Matthew Brown.
Those guys come on and impact things even when they're in a losing.
Like this guy Cameron just looked and said, bro, I've only won 8 games in 1 year.
Yeah.
Bro, just go do something. Like, literally, just watch that. I promise you,
Wise,
bro, they started the game. They started the game with Mason Mount.
Yeah.
Front. They were like, whatever happens, happens. Bruno and Casemiro. Casemiro, by the way, on international break, flew to Japan and came back. Just played like one half. Like, because at the end of the day, Man United, I think he already told me this was an L. Like, I can't stress this enough. Look at the lineup.
Yeah.
Then I'm not at the moment on the right hand side, right? Just to see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't think he expected him to go down because on that same wing is where you have Kirkish and Gakpo. I remember who was the guy who in the game for Liverpool? It was Gakpo.
Yeah.
So that means he cooked the whole game. It's just that he didn't plan. Because think about it like this, and I'll give you this as a little intro.
That's how you know that the problem is. So for me, what I think is the problem is not with the players. Because on international break, how did they all perform wherever they were? Did you see that? You see them coming back now to be together. Like you're from plugging this side, but Salah has an assist, 2 goals. These guys all come back together and then they fail to deliver. How do you? Did you see the?
Let me try the chance that he missed.
Did you see those same hit that I don't know if it was that.
Yeah, you got one.
All he had to do is just put his head. Yeah, but that's so. Like
This is why I'm trying to defend the odds. Because I want to set the press again, seeing as it's 3 Arsenal.
slot is V for.
Let's forget. Let's take my. Listen. Number one. And if Gakpo got chance the first half where he cracks the interpost, you guys probably win that game 4-1. Right? That's football, right? A moment changes the whole game. As Arsenal fan, we finished second 3 years in a row. And these guys can bear with me. Every season I can tell you the game where I was like, damn, this goes this way.
Yep.
First season, when we were vibing, because that was the season, everyone was, oh, Arsenal, because remember, everyone thought we were finished as we were going to stay.
Exactly.
No, Aston Villa finished at Babu, that was that season.
Yeah.
When the predictions were that. Then we started the season cooking. Because Martinelli started, and then, exactly, they started with Ronaldo. Right? Partey, Xhaka in the table. And that was also the emergence of Saliba. Number 12, Saliba.
Yeah.
Think shared Saliba, as I call him. Because that's how I remember that season. 35 in check. That's how I remember it. Very Blanco, number 4 on the right back. That's how I remember it. One player got injured, bro. Saliba got injured in the last 8 games.
Yeah.
We were talked the whole year, and Saliba got injured in the last 8 games, and went to Etihad with Rob Holding at the back.
Yeah.
And I remember vividly watching it and about Jungles. When KDB cooked, Alan cooked,
Yeah.
and there's nothing to do. How do you even score that day? I remember it, I'm like,
Do you remember the next thing? Liverpool had more than 8 injuries, like in that.
that's what I'm saying. Arsenal, but now let's get to now the next season. You're talking about injury. Let's get to the next season. The next season, Arteta looks at that and says, okay, we almost won the league, bro. We really almost won the league and no one expected it. Let's go, let's try.
Yeah.
We then go and get Declan Rice for at 5 million.
Yeah.
The same summer, Arteta wanted to get Caicedo. Remember, Caicedo at Arsenal was a real thing. Until Chelsea decided, nah, here's the old bag, here's everything.
When they just
We're buying your mama house. We're buying your mama house in London, like they did all that. I said, bro, come, look at Caicedo. Now imagine if our people could rest Caicedo. That would be crazy. Because that was the plan that summer. Then we also signed Kai Havertz.
Yeah.
Over 60 million down the drain. It's not a song. They told us we have crap. I saw the first line of Kai Havertz played in. I understand whenever I was saying, no, it's like you replace Xhaka, whatever. Kai Havertz is our top scorer since the day he signed.
Yeah.
He's Arsenal's top goal scorer since the day he signed for us. Right. So, you look at that.
I didn't know that stat. It's interesting.
And now,
that I know that.
this season, now that same season is the season we lost the league on the last day.
Oh yeah. When
We went 89, Man City 91. Liverpool have done that how many times?
I don't think we also like dropping points at Villa was just
One where we actually lost again.
You drew them at home, and then that goes to the league because you had 95, you had 97.
yeah. But you know, last season was Fulham, we lost.
No, but then now that's what I went. That's what I was thinking towards. Like you're right. I feel like game at home when Watkins got right there. Was it Raya actually? Whoever he was Raya. Oh, Raya. We also signed that season. Everyone was like, oh, Raya is the World Cup.
Yeah.
Arteta said I wanted Raya the whole time. Brentford charged us 40 and we're not going to do that. We signed him on loan first and then got him at the end of his contract. Think about it. That's now in the last 3 seasons of the Premier League. That's the best goalkeeper statistically in the league.
Yeah.
Back-to-back Golden Glove. Back PFA Team of the Year. So that's Derek Raya. We signed these guys. We got 89 points. Declan Rice, in 2.5 years at Arsenal, really got more goal contributed than his entire career. Before that, I'm talking West Ham and England, the combining stats. At Arsenal alone, he's already cleared that. Rice was not the corner taker at West Ham. He's now the elite corner taker at the Premier League.
Oh, even free kicks.
Everybody get a look now by Rice. These are the things that happen. We watch this as Arsenal fans. And again, I'm marking because we watched
waxing.
But guess what? No one cared. The next season, last season, you talk about
Anything, they are calling it flutes. That's in the match.
Gabriel Jesus, who decided he was run out, ripped his whole leg before the World Cup. And he's not been the same since.
Yeah.
And no one cares. Ben White has been out for, I think, a year. If you
Yeah.
combine with that.
And then even Odegaard was
Odegaard's been out.
Time.
You're real Timber, at the same time we signed White, at the same time we signed Rice and Havertz, we signed Timber. Timber ripped his ACL in the first game on CL. Last year, and Timber plays that whole year.
By the way, you see now he's cooking now.
So now, we've got all these things that happen. We lost the league. Everyone,
That right hand side is
Christian. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Exactly, bro. You power of Jesus, bro. You're right. So now what I'm trying to tell you is you talked about injuries. I'm saying that season alone,
we have no buckets.
Jesus Timber went down.
Yeah.
Then the year after that, last season, Saka goes down, Odegaard goes down,
Yeah.
Havertz goes down, Ben White goes down. We lose all of these guys. We still finish second. What does everyone tell us? We finish second. So, bring it back right now. Right now, you guys have the only player injured is Alisson. Arsenal were injured looking at Madueke there, Havertz there, Jesus there, and our captain, Odegaard there.
Yeah.
Top by 3 points. And we're now about going to the easiest fixture schedule of us.
Yeah.
According to metrics, not according to fans, according to the metrics.
Apparently.
Now,
That's
because Liverpool,
crazy.
you're playing Villa next, and then 2 games from now playing Man City, which means either way you're taking points from each other. We are playing Palace, I think, Sunderland, then
So it doesn't fix anything because this is like now he needs to change something because what's not working? I don't understand. If we've got all these players, right? Those are not one player.
Yeah.
You know, give those same players to somebody else and you'll be shocked.
Yeah.
If that's what it takes.
You can look at this.
Why does this season start? Why does it as a season start? Like these are some of the questions that you ask yourself. Somebody comes in. Less than 10
They
minutes.
probably think this guy can last.
no, bro. That's
That's being
he's talking about. Did you see the thing about
Why?
Klopp said nothing, Slot didn't change anything last season. So Klopp did an interview with Dario, the CEO,
Yes.
and they asked him about how he feels about Liverpool.
Yeah.
One of the questions he asked him, I'd like your take on this as a little bit fun. Klopp said Slot didn't actually change it the last season. So you know, it's different when us fans talk about it, like we won the Klopp's team. Different when pundits say it, we cannot see it. The thing that said
He is a great ability already.
Now
That's why it's
now they were
no
giving the most bread they've ever given anyone.
Bro, they gave him the most bread, please.
because here's now what I'm
Not even Kenny Dalglish won that bread.
Nobody thinks
Slot.
that bread.
I mean, Klopp
He never. Klopp should have seen 400
he
games.
wanted certain
Klopp's
people.
not entity.
Bro, I saw Jurgen Klopp go out there, Ragnar Klaver. Like, I saw players like, where's this Stefan Bajatic who they were picking up as a wonder kid? Like, Klopp found Trent, he found Trent somewhere. He found Robertson somewhere.
Just like
He found
Didn't he find the trend?
The past my point is, he's still
like he was searching, like he was like still
like,
there's no
I need this.
I need to find
what did Trent become? Like, at the end of the day, Trent is the thing that's changed in Salah's life. Over everything else.
Yeah.
Salah, the guy behind Salah was always Trent.
Yeah.
That's why it's different.
So now you signed Garrett in Frimpong for 30 minutes. You got Sean Bradley. But then now you're playing Frimpong at right wing because you're slot. So now, go, bro. Tell us what's wrong with this guy.
No, it's just him, bro. It's the coach. But for me, I'm not gonna say aura. Which for me, because even the 4-4, what we've been doing now, we have 4-1, 4-1, 4-2-3-1. Yes. So basically, those guys like, yeah, that's they're supposed to draw. But I feel like if that's not working, and then you've got people that drop, like Noble Slide, who else can I say? It's like, Gavin, he's also hardworking, like, double hit go up, you've got those people, why don't you just have like, even a 2 can work. Doesn't really have to be a 2, you can put it at a 3 at the bottom.
Yeah.
But you know that one of these guys will drop back and help out. But those spaces were always covered. If you look at when corner rallies, I I like that you mentioned Conor Bradley, so you can really see if well, okay, let's just say that's
This is right answer.
yeah, no, left hand side.
Okay.
Let's explain. The way those guys like moving up. You know that guy covers.
Kirkis.
No. Conor Bradley will come for one of those whoever when
Whoever
they
goes
space
for
counters.
Yeah.
Yes. For counters, those guys will come. Okay. And they're hardworking and they'll make sure there's not all those openings where you know even like
You don't have a 1v1.
yeah, like you see how we lost both games with Crystal Palace, Chelsea. This was like during the last minute when we were really trying to win the game. Because we were living. I was talking about where we've been winning last minute. We should give like us for the last minute.
So now we're putting pressure.
You know what it is? Let me help you on this one. I'm not asking you opinion. Like, correct me if I'm wrong in this. I'm talking about your team now, right? Savage the game in the dying. Literally, that's what it is. These guys, and you talk about Aura Found.
They got 9 minutes to stop it.
Easy.
And there was no disruption in the second game.
Hey,
Every game is it's been 7 years, 9, I'm sure. Like, I don't know that stuff on top of my head, but I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because they've won how many games? They told us this in the media. They keep winning games in the last minute.
Yeah.
The thing about winning games in the last minute is going well, always. Like, you can also lose the game in the last minute.
Yeah.
So, these guys, first 5 games of the season in the league, where they win 15 for 15 points-wise, they were winning in the last minutes, even when they played out. Start finishing in the 88th minute, bro. And it was just a random free kick.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even like, oh, how do we defend this? This was just like that. Because let me tell you, if it was a set play, if it was a set play where someone is crossing it, we're not conceding that thing. You know,
yeah.
also the best team in one set pieces.
Yeah.
That guy said, I'm just going for goal. And then he caught Ryan. Because again, do you know how crazy that's to catch Ryan? The way he saved his shots, and it's not even like as an Arsenal fan or at home.
Yeah.
Like, which saves, man. He doesn't just go, he double saves penalty.
Yeah.
So for you to catch him on a free kick, it has to be spectrum. And these are just facts. And you know what's difficult to a lot of like rival fans of Arsenal? So to bring it there. It's difficult to see Arsenal like this. Because we've never been like this.
Yeah, that's
We've always seen City and Liverpool and Chelsea and Man United like this. We've never seen Arsenal.
Yeah.
Have a team where it's like, bro,
No,
there's no weakness.
Then I have a question.
Let me finish that point. This is a Liverpool point. And then ask me that question.
Yeah.
So now what you're getting in Liverpool now, tactically, is exactly what you're talking about. Once upon a time, the club team was built off of running the gap.
Yeah.
He came in and said, like, I need pace merchants up front. I need one guy to control the situation. I need a midfield that can retain the ball once and also, like, not lose it when they have it.
Yeah.
Right? That's why his first midfield where he built it was Fabinho.
We don't even have
Fabinho. It was Fabinho. It was before Thiago. It was Fabinho, Henderson, by now.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So he put only Arsenal in the midfield. Remember, he got Chile from Newcastle. He got Fabinho from Monaco after the Champions League.
This is John Joseph.
That's what I'm saying. These are the people he got rid of. Like, when Arteta's we get rid of Nelly, what. These are the guys that club got rid of.
Yeah.
Henderson was already there. I said, oh, my captain is already. At the back, he went to go Joe Matic for free. That's what Klopp did, man. Matic was free and put it next to Van Dijk. His defense now cost 60 mil, but after says it's worth 200. Got Robertson for 5 mil or 6 mil from our city. The same place where Leicester got Maguire, because I was man defense right now. When they got relegated, Maguire goes Leicester. Robertson goes Liverpool. And I remember starting thinking, okay, that's a good player.
Yeah.
And then at the right, you have Trent. They signed Alisson, who, by the way, when they signed it, was Chelsea's backup, like Rome.
Yeah.
That's when they signed Alisson, because Chelsea moved, and then they saw him. Oh, okay, this can keep Got Fabinho, that was the year when him, Mbappe, Bernardo Silva, all the guys in Monaco went to the semis of the Champions League and won the French league, the last team outside of PSG. And I think Lille to win the league last 10 years.
Yeah.
That's the only. It's just them man.
Yeah.
Right? He was handpicking, and then Sadio Mane he got him for Sunderland. No,
Southampton.
There was another name.
It was Van Dijk from Southampton, both of them. Firmino was already there, and I only saw this recently. Apparently, Firmino, after the signed Suarez going to the Arsenal, Firmino had a clause in his contract that said he can never play for Arsenal.
One.
Because after that, every player they signed, Liverpool, they put in the clause apparently in certain level players, be like, after the 40 mil plus one,
Yeah.
for Suarez, you can't negotiate with Arsenal in a free agent contract. Because that was the next striker they signed after that. Because remember that started during that Coutinho. Firmino they signed before. Top found Firmino there. And Mo Salah was just striking goal. That's what it was. 32 mil to run. So they built the team. Klopp built the team off of scouting. Nobody cost him 60 million. And the only reason they cost him that much was Van Dijk. If it wasn't for Van Dijk, he doesn't spend bread like that.
Yeah.
And then now you fast forward 7 years, because that team was built the Liverpool era that we're talking about.
Like
If
because you knew all these players for the last 5
it
years.
started in how it started Milner,
2017, 2016.
so now you come to 2026, 2025, 26, and then you gave Slot 400 million. Klopp is probably like, bro.
Yeah, why did you guys
Wait, we were going about it. When Klopp was going, I bought Pep. When Pep was signing players like Mahrez.
Yeah. He could have said it
Like just imagine, just like at that time, once your club being able to go, oh, you can't sign Mahrez. I could wait to wash that.
Yeah.
They couldn't do stuff like that at that time.
Yeah.
Couldn't.
Because
And he was still competing.
Wilfred,
And he was still competing.
Money
And the players that wanted to leave.
And look at the strike that is rotating, and then all of a sudden you get Alexander Isak.
Yeah.
Now, Slot, for me, like, I don't know, I wanted to give him a chance.
Yeah.
He played the whole season with us, and
You could be hurt.
even there, you could see that we would have had a record-winning season.
What?
We could have had a record-winning season, but we were like, we already beating. We just need this number of games, and we can stop winning. And we won the league
Slot
with
is a
games.
sore loser and it's being exposed.
You know, at the end
When he was winning, when he was winning.
in fact, it's just Ash.
Yeah, you know.
We just
You know, he sounds like Max Verstappen.
When we were winning, yeah, you know.
When he's
Yes,
talking, he sounds like Max
It
Verstappen.
just works.
He's just so like he's like I get it. It's like he's like a gimmick. He's like Ange when people are still biting him. Oh, it's
just
very nice.
you got it. Crikey, open more time.
Yeah.
Oh, when you
So it sounds pretty much second season.
What's crazy is you could tell this Sean Dyche first guy.
This is hard.
From the first
Imagine
game,
coming back from
you
this
can tell.
and competing for the title.
Like
And tell what's wrong. What's wrong with your team?
What's the
You
question?
tell me, because you just broke down how you guys
So ask me a question. Ask me a question.
What is wrong?
now we have backup. We
Like,
never had like
Yeah, we have
No.
we never had a
You didn't have
depth. No, we didn't have depth.
Okay, so this time you are winning the league.
Let me break
This
down.
is gonna count.
We are winning the league. Arsenal is winning the league.
Okay.
Well, winning the league.
Wow.
Listen.
Wow. Okay, so because we're running out of time also.
Almost FC.
But we've been almost FC before.
Yeah.
90
What
what?
did I said this time?
90 what?
Brother,
90,
let me tell you, in 1 in 2 minutes,
96, 97, 98, what happened?
Exactly. 99, 2000, 2001.
Boom, boom, boom.
99,
Boom,
boom.
boom. Boom, boom, boom.
And let's split it up.
So I will say this the way Thierry likes to say it as a pundit. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Arteta has no excuses. No excuses. He's got the depth. He's got the team. Now he's got the team. He's got the depth. If he can just continue to tweak a little bit what is going on with the team, I see great things. Great things. Good things. He has to win it. He's been winning.
That's the thing.
I'm still with you guys. Now he has to win.
Let me take the steps further to money stuff. I'm so confident about all of this. Let me even break it down.
Break it down, bro. Because people are going to make memes from this.
The next 3 games are
Yeah.
Palace,
Yeah.
Burnley at home, and Sunderland.
Yeah.
9 points.
Yeah.
Like I said, Liverpool playing Villa. I think Forest is in between for that. That's it. I did the
It's a Forest under Sean Dash.
exactly. Yo, we've already seen.
You manage our bounce under Sean Dash.
We've seen that now. Okay, I'll actually get into all this because this is actually well done. So you guys are seeing that, right? And Man City on the next round right now, he made it in this whole in his entire life. All he has to do is just to run in training and 6 weeks out. The moment that because the year they beat us out, the treble winning season that year over.
Yeah.
Right now, Scott goes down Felix P. Because
we say we'll put Marmouche, but he's still injured.
exactly, Mamouche is doing that. And then you know who they are safety net, the two safety net, Pepper and Force 9 in this 3 actually. When this issue happened, no spec. Gundogan, who is now playing in that's alright. Phil Ford, who quite frankly, I think he asked what's going on with him.
Yeah.
And Kevin De Bruyne, who's not
Yeah.
These are the 3 Force 9s used to use. Outside of Albert.
Now the game changers.
They're not fair, though. Bernardo Silva was not 32. The best player in the team, not 32. Rodri ripped his ACL, and everyone was acting like it's the same. I know a lot of players come back to injury, but he's not the same player. This is the guy who won the Ballon d'Or. He won the Ballon d'Or.
Bro, against Everton, he decided to play Gonzalez.
And now, Rodri, I believe, is out for 6 weeks as well. Both. Right? I believe he's still. I'm not so sure, but I believe so.
Are they pretending?
So now, no, right now,
I'm
I'm
not saying that.
Wait. Yeah.
I just feel like Man City,
But
against Everton, because when you watch the game, Beto missed too many chances.
so then, what do you think of a Liverpool that has
Wait, let me break down.
coach who's
No, but
But okay, before we even get to whole things, would you get a Roberto Mancini? He's available.
we would? Most of them, but the quality of players we have, don't you think there's enough time for us to turn this around?
what do you mean?
I know it would
course,
but you guys are.
if from your next 8 games you lose or draw, that's 5 out of the 8. Just yeah.
There.
Listen, that's why I was breaking it down points wise.
Yes.
See, he told us, they taught us why. Now, but it's the numbers to drop. You see, them next to me, that's 9, right? Man City and Liverpool, whichever way it goes, we need to don't believe in them. They're playing each other.
Yeah.
So someone is working well.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Chelsea is 35 points better. That's 5 too many. So the day they see us, because again, Arsenal conceded 3 goals in the league this season. In 8 games. Like at the end of the day, whether you like or hate, 3 goals conceded in 8, and then you had time with the Old Trafford. St. James Park to play, and
One of the 3
and then we also see Man City at home, right? We beat Fulham away in these 8 games and conceded 3 goals. Sure. When we play one promoted team now, the league that game and fight from clean. The only time Turkey looks like it's bad now. Right? Sure. We've also had how many players injured this season alone? Saka was injured.
5.
Way more than that, bro. Saka was injured at some point. Maguire is out right now. Odegaard's out right now.
Yeah.
Havertz is out right now. They just not right now. That's just in a gap. Ben White's been injured at some point. Piero Incapié, a £50 million defender. I still don't know what he looks like.
But he's back.
He's there. That's what I'm saying. He's there now. Now was still is England starting left back. He cannot get burned over Calafiori's like Calafiori. Bro, we said it's not.
That one is a free one.
We said to
I
people.
hope this keeps up.
Get what clean sheets.
No, man. Porto, he's got 8 straight games. He's the best player in Portugal right now. We sent him there. I don't know how Fabio player. Oh, he's at the same team.
Yeah.
We sent him there as well. Reece Nelson also sent him to Brentford. We don't know what this player look like. We just sent him there. And that's it there for deal. Max Down today is 15. Today, I think it's like, okay, play for the other 19. Let's go.
Martinelli is your rescuer.
But all I'm
I don't know
saying,
how you guys
again,
see that.
you're talking about Martinelli, but then Leo Trossard. But I'm just saying that, and yet Leandro Trossard this season has been our most impactful attacking player.
John Martinelli? Off the bench?
Trossard's played the most minutes this season.
When you've acquired points.
Leo Trossard just
Okay, when you've acquired points.
just won us
what's
3
been the
points.
most instrumental?
Leo Trossard scored 3 points at Fulham.
Yeah.
Just now.
Not just now. Atletico Bilbao was him. What other game was that way? He scored was him.
Yeah.
And it's only been
Martinelli.
No, we're not. No, I'm not saying.
No, he's been good.
All I'm saying is Trossard been better.
Yeah.
He starts.
But that's what
He starts
no,
small.
but that's their romantic. So tonight,
Starting towards Trossard.
tonight Martinelli is going to start. And then
This starts. Let me confirm that.
I bet you Martinelli starts.
Let me confirm.
If he doesn't, it's just because Trossard is balling. That's my point. And all that is happening with all the players we're talking about it there. Gabriel Jesus, don't know if he can still play. He's our number 9. So all I'm saying is it's never happened like that.
And Merino is shining as well.
Gabi is back in the squad.
It's never happened like this.
Gabi is on the bench tonight.
Did you say
Martinelli has started, yeah. Listen.
Trossard on the bench
Trossard is on the bench.
again because Arteta is managing the league now.
Now the Champions League. Me.
So now wait.
We got Timber, Saliba,
Look at all my posts.
Kelly, Rice,
Star,
Saka, Martin, and Gil. It's about to be interesting, fam. It's about to be.
What I'm saying is,
I'm not no promise.
what I'm saying, what I'm saying is this season, you ask
all the injuries they were playing in the UEFA. That's yeah. And we were at the Liverpool match. Yeah.
bro, if we go to PSG with Gabriel at the back, if we go to PSG with Gabriel at the back, or even just Calafiori and Miskelly both there,
The only problem is I don't hate Arsenal.
Yeah.
But you guys lose it. Just somehow. Like you always just find a way. You know, like even the way stuff is going right now. He's talking about the next fixture. It will be like proper. But then to just be like, oh, here, just here. You know there was no this sport for the government to fix it. Just somehow.
Bro, but
Oh,
he said, all the great stuff from Liverpool. That's what
from the north, bro.
the way we've been playing, right? And
All
the
the
way
rest
we're
of the
playing
America
now.
start Liverpool. What's going on?
The team that we have now.
No one else has been
Yeah, we didn't have this past season. Yeah. When we were coming out second place, we didn't have the depth that we have now. And now we can say that. Now we can say that okay, Martinelli is on bench.
Yeah.
Or he's not even going to play. Trossard is going to play the attack.
Trossard is injured still.
Yeah.
So he will play there. Nwaneri will come in.
Okay, we put Merino here. We've got that now, right?
I see, all I'm saying is, if you decide that you want to almost this, you know, the league, the Premier League, if you want to almost FC it, at least win the Champions League.
Listen, I'm buying
Because last season, after we got kicked out, I became an Arsenal fan.
we need.
Declan Rice scored those free kicks while I was watching that match. I was like, PSG kicked us out. And you know how they did it? Through penalties.
Yeah.
Because we beat them at their home. They came, they did a 1-0 reverse fixture.
Yeah.
Then we went all the way. And when we went into extra time, I told everybody that this is double up.
Yeah.
You need to understand this goalkeeper. He lives for this.
Yeah.
All night.
Knockout football is like this, boy.
Yeah.
This is why even us when we pulled up to PSG without Gabriel, without
We knew. That one we were like.
without Gabriel and without Gabriel, we knew. Because remember, we played them earlier this season, we beat them.
Yes.
Habits.
Nuno Mendes has his own record saying, they asked him who's the best right winger player. He said Saka is the best player I've seen in my life. This is a guy last season.
Like that.
No, wait. Mendes, remember Mendes last season, he saw Salah,
Yeah.
he saw Yamal, he saw Saks. And he said Saka is the best player I've seen
Yeah.
in my life. Those are his words. Google it, bro. That's Nuno Mendes. The best left back.
Just go on YouTube. Just go on YouTube.
Go check it out. He will say it in Portuguese.
Yep.
You probably they asked him like, because then they asked, that's what that's great. Last season, Declan Rice last season, Madrid, Mbappe, these men are still the good night. Like these guys watch us. I saw a clip. I saw a picture of like this past week. I don't know this past weekend or last weekend. No, this past weekend after the Madrid game. Madrid got one them man watching the Arsenal game.
Yeah.
What's Chowing?
They were in the cafeteria and they picked the Arsenal game up because that's the team that killed their season.
Madrid. Xavi Alonso trying in there like that's like my bestie.
Exactly. That's what we're doing, right? But also,
Look at how my bestie is playing.
but also, we didn't just pick it. They didn't score too late.
Yeah, no, they need that mistake from Saliba.
Oh yeah. Saliba cost us.
The mistake from Saliba.
But in the second leg,
Yeah.
see, we're not talking about like each hand, right? It's the same way with the penalty.
Yes.
Like penalty should have been 4-1 clean.
Yeah, clean.
They said they will win the league.
What we league, bro?
You heard it here first. He's doing that thing.
Saying it on this camera too.
He's doing that thing from that meme.
They said they will win the league.
What's that meme?
Three angles.
Have you guys seen that meme? Have you guys seen that meme that goes like that? Why angle with the national fan when you get just win?
Yeah.
Arsenal.
Right? Just win.
Yo, you heard it here
No, I'm waiting.
By Native. By Easter.
I'm gonna get an extra job at night. I'm just waiting.
Good, no, done.
That's all I will do.
Easter will be talking about the Champions League for Steven Ings.
Wow.
We are winning the actually we might even win both. I'm trying to tell you right now. You see what happens to every league champion? Okay, but as I said, what does every league champion do every year? They call it run. 12 to 15 game winning run. That's what usually wins them enough points to win the league in the second half.
But this
We are about to rattle that off right now, bro. I don't think
If we get to 12 games still at number one, bro, I think
if we get January, look at our fixtures. If Arsenal get January still top with like a 6 to 8 point gap, it's over, bro.
yeah.
Because now at that point it's a math issue.
Yeah.
Because every league campaign, when it gets to that point, it becomes a math problem. The only time it doesn't do that is when it started to is.
Yeah.
And that rarely happens.
Boy, and second half.
That rarely happens. You know, everybody big stuff, no, March, April. In actual sense, if you look at every league campaign, that rarely happened. The last season. When was it over? It was over fast now. Like it was over quickly. The only time it got mad and Liverpool and Man City was the rest of us feel like that because they got back to it.
Yes.
In actual sense, it doesn't happen.
So now, right? Because we've gone over the time that we said we were out of. So let's close this off with some top 4 predictions. We'll start with you.
Top for what? Premier League?
Yeah.
Premier League. Okay. So it's going to be Arsenal, Liverpool, as top 3 times. Rather Chelsea. Probably Chelsea. Now, the way I see it is, I think Liverpool will figure it out because I think Isaac has fine at some point, and that was in there. However, I'm not so convinced Man City stay in the top 3. It's like being Chelsea actually.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. The only thing that's making me pause with Chelsea is their fixture list has been easier than most other big teams to start this season.
Yeah.
Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal all seen each other already. Man City and Liverpool have backed each other. Chelsea haven't really stood or hard. Besides Liverpool last weekend, right? But outside of that, it's been dangerous. And also, most of the fixtures have been in London, so they haven't traveled yet. So once the weather shifts, it gets cold, and then now you have to now start going off to Burnley and stuff like that. Like I think Chelsea are not really equipped for that. Plus, Cole Palmer is still in there. Plus, Sunderland. Plus, you see games like that, right? But then I feel like everyone else is better equipped for that. Liverpool are too much. I think that is it's too much talent for them to sugar it out. Right?
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
No, Slot is just rewatching Arsenal matches, right?
Yeah, now he's trying to figure out, alright guys, what did last year? Because you know his club right now, the thing I said earlier, which is Trent was a game winner. You know, Trent was a game winner. Everything else was built in a certain way so that Trent and Salah can win you the game.
Yeah.
So now, without Trent, Salah has lost, I don't know, remember like, I don't know if you guys have heard that, the Tonto and the Lone Ranger.
Yes.
You know, if Trent was the horse, Salah was the rider, that's what it was. This is why they started talking about Trent that he was Beckham from right
the
back.
big Salah.
And man,
That's all we
he's a right back. Very much they're saying stop what you're doing, we're getting you right back. When we saw that happen, for me, I just genuinely feel like Trent is one of the most underrated football players in our generation. As a football player, forget his position, football player. And people don't realize it. He and Van Dijk being able to QB when they've got Salah and Mane do what they do.
Yeah.
Because Salah and Mane first touch, Firmino first touch, and then you're sending it deep from him. And then you're compressing the pitch. This is why they want to kill everyone. That's why they got 97 points. They used to kill everyone in like 10 minutes. Salah Mane, and then Firmino do something crazy like no look, drag in the tough one. You go. From time to time, find out that from time to time, Henderson, they even used to play like Fox League.
They even beat Barcelona that had Messi,
Bro, they could everyone. Barcelona pulled up 3-0 up. They said, okay, calm, no problem. And that's what I'm saying.
5-3.
They had time. They had
3.
They had season.
4-5.
Liverpool is
3-0 on this side.
4-0 on the side.
Oh.
4-0 clean, man. Second leg. These guys,
Without the battle of the match.
they had seasons where they would have Trent and Robertson.
Where?
If they would have Trent and Robertson cook
Corner at
for numbers. We have ever heard of fullbacks from the same team. Let alone fullbacks are one of competing for assist numbers.
Bruh.
Liverpool were doing that for real. Alisson for real used to score. Like, I've seen this guy score. So, I'm sorry, what do you think? I don't think you understand the club Liverpool team. 15 years from now, we'll remember it the way we remember Mourinho and that 15 goal team.
Yeah.
The way we remember the 08 Man United team.
Yeah.
I call it Ballon d'Or Ronaldo team because that's the team that Tevez Ronaldo and
Yeah.
and Owen Hargreaves in midfield.
Yeah.
These are legendary teams. The Leicester team that won the league.
Yeah.
Like, we remember the year, right? The Invincibles, the treble team. Think about it. Manchester won the league 3 years in a row. We only remember the treble team. Arsenal won a double and went invisible, but remember the invisible before this one.
Yeah.
Because they make you feel something.
Mm-hmm.
The first Man City team to win the league. The Aguero, Balotelli, Tevez were in.
Yeah, that one was
These
great.
are
That went down to the wire to the last match.
That year, the Ancelotti Chelsea team, the one where they won the league on the last day, but they won 7-0 or something like that.
Yeah.
They had a Leo Kam, all those guys. So, all I'm saying is, when we think about football as fans, that's actually what we remember. How it made us feel.
Yeah.
Second, the club teams, we're only going to remember Firmino, Salah, Mane, whatever else happened.
Yes.
That's
why
right next to the MSN combination, bro.
True, but even
And I'm
as
thinking,
you know what I'm saying? Like, even as we think about like, oh yeah, Arteta now has depth. For me, his most fluent football was when they were 5 points ahead and then they just bottled. But then 20,
For me,
yeah, 23 team.
because that's how you change football.
That football was beautiful. I watch YouTube compilations of that season.
He changed the way I
That's
look at his team because
Yeah.
he's like, we were about to win, and then one player got injured. Again,
Messed up everything.
so he was traumatized, and then the one who beat him was his boy. So there's that thing where it's like, bro, no.
Then your boy calls you,
And it's like, no.
I'm smoking a Cohiban right now.
Yeah, and then now he wins a treble. And the next year, no.
Bathing in your
The
tears.
next year he wins a treble. That year he goes whatever how many points. This is
Yeah.
bro, this is very good.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Ateta's not achieved his number of steps.
And this is his first managerial job.
Exactly. Everyone forgets that. Amorim has a job before this. Slot has a job before this. Right? Everybody else has worked before this. Ateta is still his first job.
Right.
It just so happens that it's done that thing, it's done that thing where he goes to work at the EIS now. So all of these people have it. Even I can say, oh, you guys, the coaches, you own the Rams, who's the coach there? Sean McVay, yeah, that's my boy now.
Yeah.
You own the Colorado Rapids, who's like, oh, that's my boy now. Because now it's like, oh, I'm not part of the organization. Oh,
Yeah.
like I'm in the company now.
Yeah.
So now I said, who guys
Slot needs to figure out stuff. Otherwise, slot out.
It's so
The next game, if we lose the next game,
Okay, you keep Slot till the end of the league.
we're not keeping slot.
If he loses 8 games, yes, you're not keeping. But I feel like for 4 in a row, you guys are still getting.
It's already too much. It's not gonna happen all the time.
Yeah, but Kenny Dalglish, you know what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying?
You know, those people, you still have the hope that they'll figure it out.
I'm talking about guys before FIFA.
You know?
Like, that's what I'm talking about.
There was no tactics like that where it was so.
Football was
You know,
the thing is, it was better than the next man.
Exactly. But right now, I don't think Slot is even really like, really.
I think if he goes 6 out of defeat,
He's not really tactically doing it.
he's not doing anything. He ended the clock.
Yeah, he actually played the clock way.
Yeah.
And then he tried to add a
Add
bit
more
of
things,
unsustainability.
buying
You
players.
guys just run. And then in the post-match interviews, he would sound like a genius with that ball.
It's because they were winning.
But now,
What's your top 4?
okay.
Oh,
I want to close out my top. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's get into case.
Okay, so for me, I somehow believe that if a club, no, if the slot,
the man said
club fire, no, it's not coming back, it's not coming back. Let's forget about it. Whoever is watching this, you're a Liverpool fan and you're hoping club's gonna come back, he's not coming back. So what I'm hoping for is for anything to happen. Maybe it's not getting fired or him figuring his stuff out right now. Isak already like, you know that's a good player. If he catches his form, everything just starts rolling well. Sit down Salah for a bit, start Chiesa a little more. We might we might
Like,
just win the league.
okay.
Yeah? And this will be very tightly contested
Yeah.
with Arsenal.
Okay.
I'm not just saying this because they're here or this is between Arsenal and Liverpool. One of them will come out first and second.
And
So yes. Third, I feel like Chelsea
Okay.
is figuring out stuff
yeah.
and they might just be third.
Yeah.
Man City, I'm not too sure. They might hold like fourth position because they're still a big team. Let's not write them off. If stuff is going their way, top four. That's your top four. That's how I feel about this.
Hey, just go in the league.
It's interchangeable. It could be.
Just it.
No, I said it could be Liverpool or Arsenal. So one of these is gonna win. I don't think ultimately that Man City or Chelsea could win the league right now. Let alone the people who beat us, giving us an unrestful week,
Guys, actually, you think
calling me every time you guys just win one game at Anfield since 2016. You want to go be like,
that as the host, give me 30 seconds. Just make sure when you're first remember it's good. Okay. Means this suck, though. I don't think
you have 5 minutes.
I don't think you understand
This stuff.
Apparently, Bruno and Casper in midfield that act like this is like magic. Don't okay. This is 2025. Probably doing anything there. I saw a man at right wing back.
It was just Maguire. That's Maguire. The GOAT. That's it. Maguire. Yeah.
For me, top four, the simple. Arsenal taking it. And I think that because Jokeres is like slowly getting his density, and once because he's already putting the defense.
Yeah.
He's also that energy, that power. So once he gets his form and he's like in tune with the play, I think he'll get more goals. And even if we win the league by goal difference, I have no problem with that. But I know that we're going to score a lot of goals in the league. So second, I'll give it to Liverpool.
Okay.
Only because I care about Chris.
That's a good enough. I'm okay with that.
Third, I'll definitely give to Chelsea, like everyone's saying, because they're playing. Actually, like what? Fourth, I wouldn't give it to Man City just yet. So for me, I'll give it to who's fourth right now?
Bournemouth.
I'll even give it to Bournemouth.
Right.
Bournemouth. I wouldn't give it to
No, it's the one team that got good for Tottenham.
I'll give City, Tottenham. But I'll give City like a number 6, close to Man U down there.
I know I say that.
You are sure Man U in the top 10?
No, I like the way he's put it because there's no traditional top 6. Forget about it. That doesn't exist anymore. Whoever is watching this, top 6, the traditional one that you guys know is not in. There's no top 6.
So it's just Arsenal to top anyway. The rest fall in place however they want.
Liverpool is playing the Champions League.
So to close this out, my top 4, yeah? It's a start with 4. In 4th place, right? In 4th place.
Try me.
Do you know what I mean? I'll go with City. City in 4th. In 3rd place, surprisingly, though, Newcastle. Because second half Newcastle, from January all the way to March, both you don't want to play them. Just not. They actually plan games.
Right. Yeah, you have to say James.
They plan games in the second half of the season. Plus, Walton, it looks like he's just fitting in. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the outlet. He's doing crazy flicks to score. It's just that they played in Brighton. That is on 4. But second half, Brighton, this is why I don't really. When people try and put Brighton in like top 6, I'm like, guys, wait.
Brighton being a
Brighton, the same argument you like having for Arsenal, have it for Brighton, Spurs,
for that.
Chelsea, have it for them.
For that range.
Just wait. Just wait. Because second half, I have it on hand that the second halves of the top 2 teams I'm about to give is the reason why One of them, it's to the teeth, they brand it up, right? City, you ask, as top two for me. But why am I putting City up there? I have like that.
It's not even in the show for
I have my doubts. Yeah. If you keep slots, don't even think about top four. If you keep slots, because I'm looking at your run of games, and if Slot is still your head coach, Ben, you need that new manager bounce in the second half.
Okay, start can't lie. If you're in the Liverpool fan, all of us would have been in the back, man. We have lost 4 games in a row. But this is not top 4.
Yeah, that's why I
You
said
can't
fraud, and it makes either he figures himself out, figures the team out, or we get rid of it. You know, if that happens quicker, I'm comfortable.
Think about
But we
the
still got more than 20 games.
think about the football mentality, right?
Yeah.
Once you start losing games and other people are playing you, they now tell themselves, okay,
These guys are beautiful. Exactly. So
that's what happened to Man City.
So that's gonna happen to Man City even this season. And that's why I'm like, okay, there'll be a close second, right? But honestly, the bogey teams that we had, we've played, and we've gotten points off of the bogey team we had, right? So Man City, Arsenal, second half, which is like January to April, they usually go on those runs. You know, like I think Arsenal even became famous for their Dubai trading facility. Like after these niggas came back from Dubai, that plugging game.
They're taking it more good, except this time on the up.
5-0, 6-2, 6 shuttling, 5. So second half of this season, those are the two teams I'm expecting. Because Pep looks like his wife has gotten back with him. So
Yeah.
you know, he's
Was
actually
it a side chick, bro?
Wait.
Told his wife about his life.
It's never been a thing. There's
There's never been a real
Now I'm just saying, maybe they don't have you think
Still don't know what
They say Pastor Jimmy Kane is like, so maybe Pastor Jimmy Kane is we don't know, right? So at the end of the day, Pep has actually adjusted his tactics. First time in any Pep season, I've seen him with a handbrake on.
it was like
us against Arsenal. Listen, I'm not against that TikTok. You fuck the bus. Let me just walk. You play around, bro. Let me watch you now for a second, bro. That felt more satisfying. I don't know how you feel.
Yeah.
I just go people watch this and be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
That was more satisfying to me than when we beat them 5-1 last year. Because when we beat them 5-1, we just beat them. So it was that point where Pep couldn't accept we were losing. So he didn't adjust what he kept plugging. Like he never even scored the shit goal. This time around he came, Ireland scored. They took the lead, bro. We equalized in the 95th minute. That's what we did to them last year.
Yeah.
That's why it was so satisfying because we know one, we clearly have played it. Two, I've never seen Pep defend it as a tactic. It's one thing when it's like a game is shaking up like that. I've never seen him actively saying, alright, cool. 5 defenders, all these man, you come out, we're doing 5-5, and let's see what happens. And then Eze, it was just one goal from Martinelli loved Donnarumma. It was the only way we were going to score was to do something special, and we did it. That's why I was so satisfied as a point. That one felt better to me because remember, look at the game Arsenal played. We beat City last season, so we got 3. We got 1 this season, so we dropped 2. However, we lost at St. James, we won this. We lost West Ham at home, we won this. Fulham at home, Fulham away, we drew, we won this. So I'm going to take that. Old Trafford, we drew last season, we won this year. So we turned around all these fixtures. Anfield, we drew, we lost this time, so we lost the point. I will take that because when you do the math, that means we're ahead of the same fixtures from us. Which means now if you extrapolate the same fixture going on, the math is saying Arsenal winning. The bookmakers bet with all these men are saying Arsenal winning. So it is something that's literally okay, something has actually happened for that to not be the case anymore. And all I'm saying is someone has to die. Every season I would see Liverpool and like people are coming back. Man City, okay, De Bruyne is injured right now, but it's coming back. I can't see those things. Where are the things that are going to change this? And then
just that Chiesa.
and then what's up with because they're not going to play as a group. And that's my biggest point. What's the game plan you scoring against Arsenal? That's about it.
It's just counter attack really. Just
And then when
mid to low blocks.
which players, man? Saliba will catch you. If he doesn't, Gabriel will catch you. If he doesn't, Timber will catch you. So one. And then to get past those, Ryan is there.
Sweeper keeper. So yeah, you know, at the end of the day, whether you
Just don't play your girl.
play football,
Just
don't play your girls.
What's your
Play football, don't play your girls.
And don't listen to
Bro,
and don't have
you can't go. I was thinking of 23 years old.
Pastor K.
have a top 4, just have your top 1.
Pastor K, stop being childish. Stop being childish. What are
Can't
your
believe you
friends
saying that about pastor, bro. You need to
Bro,
see
he did some childishness by putting that in the world. Now we're talking about it. Hey,
Wow.
big man.
Anyway,
Let's
Mr.
step up.
K, I'm calling you. I have your number, sir. In case you see this episode, I'm calling you ahead of time. Tell you, sir, I'm talking about you. It's not gossip, it's public.
Yeah, say stop being childish.
All right, y'all. That's it from us at Satellite Radio. This has been a very manly talk. I've loved it. We need more episodes like this, huh? Yes, hallelujah. So peace out. God bless. And don't be in a mess. Hallelujah.
Cheers.
And big shout out to our sponsors again.
I think I bought